welcome to my holiday gift-giving guide for Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and any holiday you choose to celebrate this holiday season. I have so much to tell you, so I'm just going to jump right into all of my recommendations and not recommendations. Actually, let's go ahead and start with the not recommendations. The things that people are going to tell you should buy, people, and I'm telling you, don't buy it. It's not good. I have two specifically that I want to share with you. The first one was one that I returned, and it is by Too Faced, and it is the Le Grand Palais eyeshadow set. Okay. I feel like what happened with this is that Too Faced wanted to make something beautiful, and they did. This thing is gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. The quality of these eyeshadows are not up to Too Faced standards, in my opinion, what I expect from Too Faced. Too Faced is one of my favorite brands of all time. Like, if you ask me what my favorite high-end brand is, I would probably tell you either Kat Von D or Too Faced. Like, they're consistently good. This palette does not live up to it. I have heard that some of their other holiday palettes are much, much better than this one, but this one, I would say about half to a little less than half of the shadows are not good for me. They either leave fallout, they're powdery, they don't blend well, things like that. There's all kinds of issues with the formulas of these shadows, so my recommendation is not to buy that. The other one that I would recommend that you use caution before buying is the Urban Decay Vice 4 palette. This palette, like many of the Vice palettes, has a problem in that it doesn't have an easy way to make looks. I have it upside down so that the mirror isn't distracting. There's some gorgeous shades in here. Like, for example, this one right here, Flame, is really, really fun to play with. There's a lot of really fun shadows in here. But unless you have a giant makeup collection, or you are a makeup artist, or you're really good with eyeshadows, this might be a little difficult to work with for you. I know it's difficult for me to work with, and I play with eyeshadow. Like, that's my part-time job, is playing with eyeshadow, and I have difficulty using this palette. Some of the shades are a bit powdery, some of them are a bit difficult to work with. You are going to get glitter face by the end of the day. I don't like to say fallout, because when I say fallout, people think an application I'm getting fallout. An application I'm not getting fallout, because what I do is I always tap my brush off. But at the end of the day, some of these glitter shadows are going to leave sparkle on your cheeks. If that doesn't bother you, you're gonna be good. If it does bother you, you may wanna skip this one. So those are the two do not buys. Now I've got a bunch of buys. So we're gonna talk about different kinds of people and what I think you should get for them. So the first thing is your neutral color lovers, and I have a few recommendations for you. Two are not ones that I've actually tried yet, but they have such great reputations, I'm gonna tell you. The Naked palettes, okay? These are famous for a reason. This one I've used for a couple of years. This one is a brand new purchase for me. I've actually haven't even used it yet. The brush is still in here. I mean, I still like, the plastic isn't, nope, yep, the plastic is still on the mirror. I mean, this is, I've swatched it a little bit, but from swatching it and from, of course, reviews of it and tutorials and everything, this is a definite win for your neutral lovers. Another one is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. This is another new purchase for me that I have not used yet, but from recommendations from other people, this is amazing. I've swatched it a bit. I am going to be playing with it very, very soon, but I'm trusting in all of the reviews that I've seen as far as this being an amazing purchase for a makeup lover in your life that likes neutral colors. You're looking for somebody that's going to work or school that needs makeup to wear. This is definitely going to be a good palette. The other thing is it smells just like chocolate, so if you have a chocolate lover, this is going to be one they're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, and they're going to hug you and love you for buying them this palette. It's amazing. At least from what I've seen from other people using it. I'm going to be honest, I haven't personally used it yet, but I'm trusting in the universe and everybody loving that palette. All right, moving on to some things that I've actually used. This palette here, this is the Lorac Mega Pro 2. The Lorac Mega Pro 2 is gonna be for the person that already has a makeup collection, is already used to using eyeshadows, and wants some really fun shadows to play with. This palette is also very confused as far as what it wants to be. You've got a lot of light shades over here that are just kind of hanging out, and again, there's no good neutral transition color in this palette, but there are a lot of really fun shades to play with. They're very buttery, creamy, easy to blend. They do kick up a lot of powder when you use them, so you do have to make sure you tap your brush off. So this is going to be for your experienced makeup lover. I think that they'll really like this a lot. For your color lover, bam. Oh my gosh, ladies. Oh my gosh. This lives up to the hype so bad. so bad. My only thing I don't like about this palette is that it slips out of the case very, very easily. So you just got to be careful of that. But the ease of use of these shadows, if you've never used color eyeshadows or your friend has never used color eyeshadows and you know they want to try it, this palette is perfect. These shadows are so easy to use. And you've got some beautiful neutral transition colors in there because you know how important that is to make it a complete palette. Also, you can use the black, not as a black necessarily, but to deepen up other colors to make them darker. Same thing with the brown. You can use that to deepen up other colors. You've got a really nice highlight here. This Skull's color is a shimmery white. It's absolutely gorgeous. The shades in here are phenomenal. They're so fun to use. They're very long wearing. It's an amazing palette. It's an amazing palette. Highly recommend this to no end. Like, I would, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, for your blush lover. This is a really, really nice set. This is the Tarte Holidays. There's 4 different shades of blush in here, and they're all gorgeous. I'm just gonna open this up and show you. I did get this, I will tell you, I got this with a gift card that was given to me by Tarte at Generation Beauty. It was given to everybody that got their big swag bag, so I did not purchase this personally. But Tarte does not know that I'm making this video, and they are not affiliated with me. I do not benefit from anything. They just gave the gift card to everybody, and this is one of the things I purchased with the gift card. I tried to purchase things that I thought you all would want to see and that you would want to know about. So the shades in here are absolutely gorgeous. Here's one. This one is called Ecstatic. This one, I'm not going to swatch them for you because they do not swatch well, but they go on the cheeks very well. This one is called Epic. There are no mirrors in here, by the way. Some of the big blushes, well, all of the big blushes have mirrors. These little ones do not. This one is beautiful. This one is called Embellish. And then this last one here is called Entertain. 3 of them are matte. These 3, 1, 2, and 3 are matte. This one does have a little bit of sparkle in it, but it's a very subtle sparkle. And they're just absolutely gorgeous shades. I've used all 4 of them. I've loved all 4 of them. They're all very long wearing, but they do swatch horribly, but they're beautiful on the cheeks. Absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend this set. I would recommend this set over the blush palettes because I feel like it's easier to work with these. It's easier to pick out one blush to use rather than an entire palette. Also, if there's a shade that doesn't work for you, you can give it away to a friend that it may work for better, where with a palette, you can't do that. You're stuck with all of them whether you use them or not. So this is a really, really nice option if you're a blush lover. These things are absolutely amazing. I know they sell this at Sephora, at JCPenney. They also sell it at Tarte online. That's where I got it from, was Tarte online. It is $35. Moving on to the people that want to contour. Contouring is huge. I don't know if you know this, but contouring blew up this year. Everybody's all about the contouring and the highlighting everywhere. So I have 2 recommendations for you. One is high-end, one is drugstore. We'll talk about the drugstore one first. This is the e.l.f. Contour Palette. It is stinking amazing. It is an incredible, incredible palette. This is an exact dupe for the Smashbox Contour Palette. The shades in here are wonderful. I use the stink out of this shade. This shade is so perfect. It is the perfect, perfect, perfect contour. It's amazing. This highlight shade is also very beautiful. This bronzing shade is beautiful here. This one is a little bit, it's got a little bit of a yellow tinge to it, so I use it sometimes as an under eye setting powder for me, but it's absolutely beautiful. If you have someone that's of a deeper skin tone, please keep in mind that this may not work for someone with a deeper skin tone, just because you want to think about how this is going to contrast with their skin tone, so kind of keep that in mind. As a lighter skinned person, I know this works very well for me, but if your friend is a darker skin tone, they may not be able to work with this as much. Kind of think about their skin tone compared to this deepest color. You would want this to be deeper than their natural skin tone. That makes sense. Or else it's not going to work as well. If you have someone that is of a deeper skin tone, this may be a better option for you, but it is quite pricey in comparison. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Contour Book. I actually just bought this a couple of days ago at the VIB Rouge sale. This is the Contour Book Volume 2, Art of Sculpting and Defying. I did find this in the store. You get 2 cream products. You get a cream sculpting, you get a cream highlight, you get a powder sculpting and a powder highlight, and 4 gorgeous eyeshadows. I wore this for the first time on my eyes today, and I'm telling you, it lasted 12 hours. It was faded a little bit, but it lasted 12 hours on my eyes. I mean, just amazing. I also used the cream contour on my cheeks, and you could still see the cream contour. The highlight was gone, but you could still see the cream contour, and the eyeshadows were still there. So for me, that's very impressive, and this is a definite recommend from using it this one time. I am wearing it on my eyes today, and I'm wearing it as my contour today. So definitely recommend on this. One thing I also wanted to mention, if you are going to buy this, These palettes, you can only get these on the e.l.f. website. These palettes are also amazing. This is the Mad for Matte palette. This one is very, very good. The only thing about this is the lasting power of the shadows isn't very good. The blendability is wonderful though. The ease of use is wonderful. So if you're looking to last through a work day, this is probably gonna be fine for you. And I think these are $10 each. I think this is $6 if you're looking for a more affordable option. My favorite one of these is the Need It Nude palette. I do have a review of all of these palettes with swatches, so if you're interested in this, I will link that video down below of the swatches of everything that was e.l.f. that came out with that release. I don't have a highlighting palette, that's the only thing I didn't get. But yes, highly recommending these products. For brush lover in your life, brushes, we'll talk about brushes. This is another thing that I got with the Tarte gift card. This is the Tarte holiday brush set. Now this will probably not be for your beginner. This will probably be for somebody that has makeup brushes and has been using makeup for a while, because they can be a little tricky to deal with. I will give you some options for other brush sets for beginners in just a moment, but these are very, very nice. This is very nice for foundation, this one here. I'm not sure of the names. The names aren't on here and I threw away the packaging, but if you go on the Sephora website, you should be able to find this, or the Tarte website, to find out the actual names, but I can tell you what I use them for. This one I use for foundation. This one I use for highly pigmented blushes. This one I use for powder, or I use it for powder foundation. This one I use for concealer. It fits very nicely there. And this one I use for eyeshadow. So it's just a really nice high quality brush set. It's wonderful. I'm gonna put images here of the next two. I do own these, but I don't have them all together and looking beautiful. So I'm just gonna put the image up there. These are the two I would recommend for new makeup users. The first one is from Real Techniques and it's their eye brush set. Absolutely amazing eye brush set. You have everything you need to create gorgeous eye looks with that. I did see that at Ulta today. It's also available many, many places online. It's a phenomenal eye brush set. Now for face brushes, what I would recommend is there's a company called Outer Beauty. It's my absolute favorite brand of brushes. They are not talked about on YouTube at all, but this brush set here from Outer Beauty is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I'm in the process of washing my brushes. So this is one that did not make it into the wash. This one here, this is part of the face brush set. This is the round kabuki, and you can see how dense this is. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. So for face brushes, these are the ones that I would recommend, and they are very reasonably priced. They're not super cheap, but they're reasonably priced. Oh, another eye brush set that's also very good if you can find it is the Eco Tools brush set that I'm gonna put here. I don't like it quite as much as the Real Techniques one because I feel like they're a little bit more difficult to work with, but it's also a very nice brush set for an alternative. So now going back to drugstore pricing, as far as ColourPop, these are my favorite ColourPop liquid lipsticks. Aren't I boring? They actually swatch quite differently, believe it or not. They look like they're pretty much the same, but they swatch quite differently. I am wearing today Chili Chili on my lips. Can you tell that this is even the same color? Maybe on the inside a little bit. But this, I mean, you can't even tell. This is straight up dark brown on my lips. It doesn't look like that in the tube. But this is, these liquid lipsticks are my favorite liquid lipsticks of all time. They are, I think, $6 each. Highly recommend these. And if you're there, pick up some highlighters as well. Their highlighters are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I know there's different opinions about their eyeshadows. I'm personally not the hugest fan of their eyeshadows. I like them, but I find them a little bit difficult to work with. So I'm not going to put them in this video as a absolute recommend for the holidays, but these are things from ColourPop that I would absolutely recommend. Their other lip products are also wonderful. They're lippy sticks. If people, if you have a lipstick lover in your life, not liquid lipsticks. Liquid lipsticks can be very drying, so if you think a person won't like that, get lippy sticks instead. The lippy pencils, if people like lip pencils, you can get those as well. But as far as the cheek products, the highlights are definitely my favorites of all of the cheek products. And for the lip products, the liquid lipsticks are my favorites. So I'm not including in this video any foundations, face powders, moisturizers, things like that, because I feel like those things are extremely individual to the person. Also, I'm not gonna recommend any mascaras. I mean, I could recommend mascaras. Should I recommend mascaras? I'll tell you a couple of mascaras. If somebody is really looking for mascaras, some drugstore options, Maybelline Lash Sensational, I Heart Extreme by Essence, you can get this at Ulta. Jordana Best Lash Extreme, you can get this from Walgreens. And then for high end, the Urban Decay Perversion and the Roller Lash, another recommendation. if you want someone that needs a little more oomph for their lashes, that they feel like the mascaras don't perform right on them, the Lancome Sills Booster XL is a lash primer. It has white here. You put this on your lashes first and then you add your mascara on top. And it's just kind of, it might be a novelty for some people, but I feel like it really, really works to enhance the effect of my mascara. It's wonderful. I like this much better than the Dior one. Dior has a very similar one, but I like this one a lot better. I didn't mention brows, I just realized, so let's throw some brows in there. I don't want to miss anything. The IT Cosmetics Brow Power is wonderful. The Anastasia Brow Wiz is wonderful. I've heard that the NYX one is also fantastic and completely interchangeable for these expensive ones. You can get the NYX one at Ulta as well. Another thing I wanted to tell you about is eyeliner. My favorite eyeliner formula. If you've been around, you know what it is. The Jessie's Girl liquid eyeliners. They're absolutely amazing. I think they're $7 on the Jessie's Girl website. They have black, they have brown. I also have the blue one. They also have a green one. I mean, they're just amazing, amazing quality. Liquid eyeliners are not the way that they used to be. Liquid eyeliners used to have a brush tip. Some of them still do to apply. They're a little bit more difficult. These I feel like are perfect for beginners with eyeliner, people that aren't used to using eyeliner. They don't seep into my fine lines, which is really, really nice. And they're just a phenomenal quality. Let me kind of show you how these go on. I mean, just so easy to go on. And they're very opaque. They give a really nice line, very easy to apply compared to most liquid eyeliners, and they're just an amazing quality. The next closest I would say to the quality of these is the Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner is also very good, but the lasting power is not as good as this. This will last on your eyes all day long. You'll still have all of your eyeliner will still be on by the end of the day. It's phenomenal. At least with my normal skin, that's what happens. If you have oily lids, it may be a little different for you. If you're looking for a high-end option, I just bought it a couple of days ago, so I've only used it once, and that was today. And it is the Marc Jacobs eyeliner. I think it's called Remarkable. Oddly, I've misplaced it, even though I used it right before I was filming. But this wing has been on since 7:45 this morning, or 8 o'clock this morning. I mean, and it's still there. Still there. Absolutely amazing. Now that formula did seep into my fine lines just a little bit, so it was a little bit harder to work with, believe it or not, than these, but the quality is also amazing if you wanted a higher end one. But honestly, these perform just as well as that one in my opinion. So no real need to get the Marc Jacobs unless you just don't want to shop on the Jessie's Girl website. That's the only reason why I would think you would need the Marc Jacobs. So that's it for my holiday recommendations thus far. If I get anything else, I will let you know. I'm on Periscope all the time. It's a Twitter company. If you're not following me on Periscope, I talk about and try my makeup. We do Getting Ready with Me every weekday morning before I get ready for work, and I'm constantly trying out new products. So if you're curious to see how a lot of these products go on, make sure you follow me on Periscope. And don't forget to check out the What's Up in Makeup website for links to where to buy the latest products that are released all over in drugstore, high-end, natural and organic products, things like that. whatsupinmakeup.com, and check out the where to buy section. And thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, you can click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss my future videos. Thank you so much for being here. Mad love, happy shopping, and I'll see you soon. Bye!